Indian street food is a true feast for the senses. Our trip begins with the symphonic noise of dishes being washed in a charming rustic stream, followed by the preparation of radioactive orange dough fritters. A journey full of the most secret techniques of authentic master chefs. Juices where even the juicer is the work of nature itself and redefines the real fooding concept. Special and essential touches that only the most ancient techniques can provide. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your masks, sanitize those hands, and prepare your stomachs and nerves as we dive headfirst into yet another unforgettable adventure in the wondrous world of street food. Step aside, Michelin star chefs. There's a new culinary genius in town. Meet the true innovator of street food, a man with a glowing yellow dough mound, likely harvested from discarded traffic cones. With unmatched efficiency, he slaps it onto a shovel, because why use a cutting board? Then tosses it into oil so ancient it could have hosted the first Olympic Games. The result? Churros that shine with an industrial glow and taste like a road trip gone wrong. It's not just food, it's urban recycling on a plate. Bring your courage, some antacids, and maybe a health inspector. Enter the world of a chef who redefines traditional techniques with an unforgettable personal touch. Our rotund culinary artist begins by squeezing a lemon, not with his hands, but with his nipple, channeling ancient energy or just sheer audacity. As if that weren't enough, he adds his own saliva directly to the pan, declaring it the secret ingredient no one asked for. Each move is a spectacle, blending primal instincts with a disregard for hygiene that would leave even the boldest street food fans cringing. Meet the maestro of muck, redefining fruit preparation with a technique as raw as it is revolting. With feet so filthy they could double as compost, our intrepid chef stomps mercilessly on a pile of fruit, grinding it into submission. The result? A swamp-colored liquid that oozes across the floor like it's trying to escape its own existence. It's a spectacle of dirt, decay, and questionable decisions, proving once again that not all traditions are worth preserving. Welcome to the buzzing capital of questionable cuisine. Our chef, unfazed by the cloud of flies swarming his workspace, masterfully folds his dough with precision. The catch? Each fold traps a fly or two, entombing them like relics in an archaeological dig. The air is alive with the hum of insect wings, yet the chef works with serene confidence, as if extra protein were the secret to his recipe. The result? A dish that's equal parts bread and biodiversity, perfect for those craving a truly wild culinary experience. Brace yourselves for a dessert that defies categorization, part sweet, part unspeakable mystery. Our fearless chef blends what appears to be a mix of animal excretions, or quite possibly a few unfortunate insects, into a single heaping mound of uncertainty. Is it fur, wings, or something far worse? The line between dessert and biology lesson blurs with every scoop. The textures are unsettling, the smell is distinctly wild, and the final result? A dish so bizarre, you'll question whether it's a treat or an experiment gone horribly wrong. Ah, behold the latest innovation in churro making. This isn't your grandma's churro, this is the farm-to-face edition. Our chef, with hands so filthy they could double as a petri dish, shapes the dough into perfect little replicas of bull's excrement. Why? Because why not add a little extra flavor, read bacteria, to your snack? With every squish and press, he injects a whole new meaning into handmade. The final product? A churro that's not just shaped like manure, but loved with hands that may or may not have touched a compost heap 5 minutes ago. Ooh, damn it. Who forgot to pay those guys again? Nah, I'm just kidding. This is the art of dishwashing, elevated to new, murky heights. Watch as our dedicated chefs scrub away in a lovely brown puddle of stagnant water. Because who needs a sink when you've got nature's own filtration system? The water's rich with flavor, and probably bacteria, adding that extra earthy touch to every plate. Each scrub is a masterclass in sustainability, using what appears to be nature's finest swamp water. Who knew dirty dishes could taste so adventurous? So next time you're looking for a truly authentic dining experience, just remember, the messier...
No, why did you redeem it?
Raj, if you fail one more time at scamming again, I will put you in the shower.
Ah, behold the culinary marvel of the century, the stew that dares you to question your life choices. It's a dish where absolutely nothing goes to waste, not even the parts of the bull that no one should ever talk about in polite society. Picture this, intestines and, well, let's just say, bull's personal accessories sloshing around in a cauldron so old and crusted, it could be a contestant on Most Likely to Cause a Public Health Crisis. The sauce? Oh, it's not just any sauce. It's a concoction that could double as industrial cleaner. It's the kind of substance that could probably eat through the very idea of good taste. You'd wonder if someone accidentally made this while trying to invent a new kind of paint stripper. But alas, no. It's the secret ingredient of the chef's questionable genius. And of course, the pièce de résistance, a dusting of mystery powder. Is it baking soda to somehow cushion the digestive apocalypse you're about to endure? Or is it just someone's vague attempt at saving you from your inevitable fate? Either way, you're going to need more than a pinch of it to survive the aftermath. This is the kind of dish that doesn't just fill your stomach. It fills you with existential dread. You don't eat it, you survive it. And as you stare at the remains in your bowl, you'll be left wondering whether this stew is a bold statement on sustainability or a cunning plot to ensure that nothing ever grows inside your stomach again. Bon appetit! Ah, the Indian crepe, an unparalleled culinary experience that bridges the gap between flavor and human essence. The preparation is an intimate dance, with the chef's arm delving deep, almost reverently, into the mix, ensuring every inch of batter is infused with their unmistakable mark. The secret ingredient? A touch of armpit artistry that no spice rack could ever replicate. The first bite is transformative, a sensory explosion that takes you straight to the bustling heat of Mumbai's most overcrowded tram. The air is thick, the body's pressed close, and the taste, oh, the taste. It's as if the essence of a long, humid day has been distilled into a single crepe. Each mouthful carries that unmistakable tang of underarm ambience, a flavor profile both bold and unforgettable. This is no ordinary dish. It's a journey into the heart of the city, into the pulse of its people, and, quite frankly, into the depths of a chef's dedication. An unforgettable culinary adventure, though perhaps best experienced once, and only once.
Everybody on the ground! This is a robbery. I have deodorant. No! Not the deodorant. Have mercy.
Behold the man who elevates calamari to new heights of culinary daring by slicing it on a blade so corroded it seems to double as an archaeological artifact. Forget the pristine sharpness of modern knives. This chef knows that nothing enhances the delicate flavor of squid quite like a generous seasoning of rust. Each slice carries the subtle essence of iron, imparting an unmistakable metallic tang that can only be described as vintage dining. The knife itself, with its pitted surface and questionable structural integrity, gifts the dish with a texture that whispers, "Health inspections are for cowards." And the taste? Divine. The briny softness of fresh calamari is boldly complemented by the unique flavor of a handful of old pennies left in the rain. It's a complex profile, one that lingers on the palate and perhaps in the bloodstream, offering diners a side of iron supplementation they never knew they needed. This isn't just cooking, it's an adventure, a bold statement about humanity's resilience in the face of questionable sanitation, a true feast for the daring, and a silent prayer for the immune system. Bon appetit, if you dare. Ah, the art of omelette making has reached a new pinnacle, or perhaps a new low, with this buttery spectacle. Who needs eggs when you've got an entire pound of butter? That's 2 whole sticks plus some, for the uninitiated, stealing the spotlight. This isn't just cooking, it's a love letter to the dairy aisle. The pan doesn't simply sizzle, it transforms into a molten lake of fat, shimmering with enough grease to lube a small car. The eggs, cracked in almost as an afterthought, struggle to find their place amidst the chaos, floating aimlessly like survivors of a buttery shipwreck. By the time this omelette hits the plate, it's less a meal and more a full-scale assault on moderation. One bite, and you're swept into a tidal wave of richness so intense it feels like your taste buds are being personally coated in a layer of butter. The ratio? Eggs, 10%. Butter, 90%. It's not so much an omelet as it is a dare. A culinary double-dog dare to see how much dairy your body can physically endure. In the end, it's not just food, it's a commitment. A commitment to flavor, indulgence, and probably a cardiologist appointment. A buttery triumph for the brave of stomach and the bold of heart. Literally. Ah, yes. Welcome to another fascinating video of this distinguished gourmet's channel. Behold the culinary masterpiece of the Indian pinched empanadas, a dish so daring it feels like it was born in the depths of a mad scientist's lab. The experience begins with a close-up of a neon green broth, glowing with the unmistakable hue of nuclear waste. Rumor has it, this broth gets its special tone from the runoff of the Kudankulam nuclear power plant. It's not just food, it's a science experiment, daring you to gamble with superpowers or a complete gastrointestinal meltdown. The real show starts when the chef confidently plunges a hand, one that looks like it's been on a lifelong mission to avoid soap, straight into the broth. Is it seasoning? Is it sabotage? Who can say? What's clear is that this hand has been places, possibly exploring corners of the body best left private. Then come the empanadas, delicate pinched creations lovingly submerged into the toxic green lagoon. The pinch naturally is performed by the same unwashed hand, ensuring every diner gets their fair share of chef's essence. Each empanada is soaked to perfection, absorbing every glowing drop of the broth, along with who knows what microbial surprises. The result? A dish that transcends mere food, it's an adventure. A fearless dive into the realms of culinary daring, microbial roulette, and your nearest emergency room. With every bite, you'll savor the glowing warmth of the broth, the crunch of the empanada, and the subtle, unshakable hint of regret. This is not just a meal, it's a radioactive journey you'll never forget or recover from. Welcome to Uncle Joe's House of Noodles, where chaos meets culinary excellence. Today, we're proud to present our newest creation, Organic Dumpster Supreme, a bold reimagining of street food, expertly crafted to resemble the contents of your neighbor's compost bin. Our signature Fideos are tossed in a sauce that can only be described as mystery liquid, complemented by a medley of hand-selected green and red scraps. Each piece is meticulously not chopped, ensuring the rustic charm of, well, neglect. Served lukewarm for that authentic back alley experience, this dish is paired with the distinct aroma of regret and garnished with a sprinkle of confusion. Don't miss the chance to pay top dollar for what looks like something scraped off a sidewalk. Uncle Joe's House of Noodles, where every bite is an adventure and every dish tells a story you wish you hadn't heard. And to all of you hardworking folks out there watching this culinary masterpiece while grinding away at your jobs, whether you're stuck in the office, flipping burgers, or trying not to scream at your inbox, we see you, we salute you, and we dedicate this bowl of questionable artistry to your perseverance. Remember, no matter how chaotic life gets, at least you didn't order this. Stay strong, stay hungry, and stay far, far away from Uncle Joe's.
Mom! Dad! I started wearing deodorant!
No son of mine will wear deodorant. Get out of my house!
Ah yes, another jewel from the chaotic gastronomic universe of Indian street food. A place where culinary dreams come to die, ferment, and be served in biodegradable cups. We begin our journey with the legendary swamp broth chef, a man who wields a rusty ladle like a shaman invoking spirits from the underworld. He stirs a mysterious cauldron filled with what can only be described as the liquefied essence of broken ambitions. a thick, murky substance resembling tea brewed in a failed septic tank. Into this potion, he casually tosses a handful of authentic street soil, no doubt aged to perfection on a Delhi sidewalk since the monsoon of '87. Locals sip it with reverence, claiming it heals the soul, although judging by their expressions, it mostly dissolves the will to live. A true delicacy. Michelin stars? No, but microplastics, certainly. Then enters the second half of this horror comedy culinary special. He begins by spreading a mysterious brown paste onto the grill. The texture? Somewhere between regret and building insulation. It resists the spatula, a clear sign of terroir. Next, a snowfall of raw onion. Not for flavor, no. It's a camouflage, a culinary veil to protect diners from making eye contact with what lies beneath. Then, the master stroke, a viscous green liquid ceremoniously smeared on the bun. Legend says it's leftover from the previous dish. We believe it. It tastes like something that once had ambition. The result? A burger that confronts you, challenges you, haunts you. It's not a meal, it's a statement, a philosophical sandwich. Postmodern, wet, unapologetically brown. 5 stars on Yelp. From another timeline. But don't be fooled. The real genius is in the marketing. Call it sacred bovine fusion, and suddenly tourists are lining up, photographing this digestive death trap like it's a cultural treasure. It's not food, it's performance art. It's gastrointestinal roulette with extra coriander.
Would you like to pay with cash or card?
I will pay with chicken tikka masala pay.
Behold the crown jewel of street gastronomy, a dish so refined it could make caviar feel insecure. First comes the leaf, not just any leaf, but a noble survivor of the public garden, sunburnt and wind-battered, with a faint perfume of municipal sprinklers and questionable fertilizer. It lies flat, awaiting its transformation into something that technically counts as food. A lavish smear of artisanal white paste follows. Handcrafted, legend says, by mountain mystics who believe hygiene is a capitalist conspiracy. It shines like luxury wall putty in the midday sun. Next, a sprinkle of turtle food, the kind designed for reptiles with discerning palates. 3 dramatic drops of vivid red liquid are added, as if marking the dish for ritual sacrifice. Now the ritual reaches its finale. The leaf is folded with solemn ceremony, enclosing this daring combination into a tight green parcel, a miniature time bomb for the human digestive system. And thus, Pan Masala is born, a portable, chewable art installation that is equal parts flavor, confusion, and questionable life choice. Some call it tradition, others call it an act of culinary terrorism. Either behold, a culinary spectacle from the depths of somewhere between gastroenteritis and genius. The kind of video that makes you question not only your lunch choices, but your faith in the food pyramid itself. We begin with a lone culinary prophet, stationed heroically next to what can only be described as a biohazard swamp with traffic. His mission? To concoct what appears to be a lemon-based elixir, or perhaps a potion to summon intestinal chaos. The lemons? Freshly rescued from their morning swim in what might generously be described as puddle chic. One could almost hear them scream in citrus dialect as they're plucked from the mossy abyss. But wait, the pièce de résistance. Ice, sourced directly from the artisanal depths of the local sewer grate. Yes, dear viewers, where others see sewage, he sees a spa retreat for frozen cubes. He lovingly macerates the ice for 24 hours in a subterranean marinade, allowing it to soak up those terroir notes only found near drainage pipes and expired chewing gum. And just when you think the health inspector might leap through the screen like a Marvel character, plot twist. He pours the concoction into a vintage paint bucket, complete with rustic stains and what may or may not be lead-based flavor enhancers. In the end, you don't know whether to gag or applaud. Is it a beverage? Is it a social experiment? Is it bio-warfare in a cup? One thing's for sure, it's not just street food, it's street philosophy, a statement on resilience, immunity, and man's eternal quest to turn. In the heart of the bustling streets where aromas dance freely with smog and anticipation, begins a tasting experience like no other, one that redefines the boundaries between cuisine and survival. The first course arrives without warning, a robust stew ladled from one ancient blackened vessel into another, with all the finesse of an industrial oil change. The texture is remarkable, thick, gelatinous, and somehow both dry and wet at once. One can taste the history in it. Centuries of culinary tradition, layered with sweat, rust, and something faintly resembling despair. Preparation takes place on plein air, where the chef, unconstrained by conventional notions such as kitchens, has chosen the intimacy of a public drainage system as his stage. Water trickles nearby, a natural broth enhanced by runoff and urban sediment. Firewood crackles beneath a pot so well seasoned, it likely predates refrigeration. There is no pretense here, only authenticity in the occasional rat. The service is refreshingly unpretentious. Portions are distributed generously, with sweeping gestures that recall the grain tossings of medieval Europe. Diners huddle, hands outstretched, bowls clutched like relics as dollops of sustenance arc gracefully through the air. It's communal, it's primal, it's Michelin-starred anarchy. But the experience is not reserved for the masses alone. In a more refined setting, beneath a chandelier and among marble finishes, one encounters a gentleman partaking in the same delicacy. There is no cutlery, only fingers, animated and reverent, sculpting rice and curry into edible architecture. Each bite is an event, each slurp a manifesto. Sauces cascade down arms, pooling elegantly on elbows. Table manners are discarded, for here the hands are the true instruments of flavor. From gutter to palace, this culinary symphony transcends class, convention, and common sense. It is not merely a meal, it is a revolution, served hot with a side of intestinal fortitude. Ah yes, street food culture, where culinary innovation meets the open sewer. In this visionary short film, our fearless chef elevates the humble cow patty from mere farm waste to haute cuisine. Watch in awe as he lovingly hand-rolls these artisanal nature truffles, tucking them away like fine wine for that perfect moment of fermentation. When a customer dares to order, out comes the pièce de résistance, a single perfectly aged ball of, let's call it, pastoral chocolate. It's then masterfully blended with water using the most sophisticated kitchen gadget known to mankind, the toilet brush. Because nothing says sanitary like equipment straight out of a gas station restroom. The finale? Patrons gulping the concoction in one heroic swig, eyes lighting up with the joy of a drink that can only be described as earthy, with subtle hints of, oh dear God, why? This isn't just a smoothie, it's a lifestyle, a statement, a biohazard with a straw, 5 stars. Michelin, take notes. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next questionable masterpiece. Thanks to all my subscribers and the brave souls leaving supportive comments. May your stomachs be blessed with the fortitude of a sewer rat and the optimism of someone drinking this twice.